how do I use greenhouse code library functions? First, I've already connected my control node through the sensor data path, and I have to use the control node if I want greenhouse functions. So once I've connected the control node, I have the blue folder available up here in the top right. And if I click that folder, I get the PASCO code library menu. It defaults to the PASCO bot category. If I click the category, I can change to greenhouse and see the functions available for greenhouse. I've got model sunlight, water plants, and regulate temperature. If I click each one, it gives me a description of what the function does, but it also tells me what equipment I need in addition to the control node. So I'll also need the grow light for model sunlight. For water plants, I'll need the USB pump and the greenhouse sensor. For regulate temperature, I'm going to need the grow light, the USB fan, and the greenhouse sensor. I'm going to choose model sunlight and then say OK. The purpose of this function is to model the sun in a 24-hour cycle from darkness to sunrise through increasing intensity to sunset. Now I've got two blocks that pop up here. The first block that you see is the function block that actually goes in the program you write. If I click start, and let me show you an inset of what the grow light looks like. If I hit start, nothing happens with the grow light. Okay, because you don't have a program yet, you just have this function that needs to be placed into a program. So I'm going to hit stop. And let's put this function block inside of a repeating loop, a repeat while true loop. And now I've got a program, and this program is going to do whatever the model sunlight function says. To see what the model sunlight function says, click on the function, which is right now it's collapsed, expand it, and now you see all the lines of code that make up this function. Lots of stuff here. If you want to know in detail what's going on and what things you can adjust, you can hit the comment bubble for more details, or you can also look at the note that appears above the list to give details about the list specifically. So this code is going to turn on the control light for 24 hours, so you can have every day, repeating every day, a 24-hour cycle of sunrise and sunset, modeling the sun cycle with the grow light. Now, the first number here on the list represents seconds, 21,600 seconds. That's a number of hours of darkness, because we're assuming we start at midnight, it's dark for a few hours, and I've got 0 and 0 for my intensity, meaning the grow light is off. So a few hours go by in darkness, and then we have the next list running, and it's got red at an intensity of 1 and blue at 0. This is sunrise, which lasts for 1 hour. Then the next hour of light, we've got higher intensity of red and then a little bit of blue for 1 hour, and so on and so forth until we hit noon. And after noon, we start to see the intensities decline until we hit darkness again for several hours. Again, after sunset, it's going to be dark for a while. Now, if you were to run this code, it would take 24 hours to run. But here's a trick. If you change the units of time from seconds to milliseconds, you can get all of these seconds. So 3,600 seconds is now 3.6 seconds, because milliseconds is 1,000th of a second. So now we can see this 24-hour cycle in under 2 minutes. So I'm going to scroll back up, and let me recollapse this block so that it's out of the way. And we're going to watch what happens when I hit start. Watch the clock. So this is the darkness phase. It's going to be about 21, 22 seconds of darkness before we hit sunrise. So nothing is happening yet. And when we get to about 22 seconds in, you should start to see that red level 1, so barely on with a little bit of red and no blue, coming up right here. We're on 20 seconds, 21, and there it is. 22 seconds, there's our sunrise, which lasts just a few seconds, and now the next hour has passed already in terms of milliseconds, and you can see that the light level will step up gradually in this cycle, and it'll go on forever because I've got my repeat while true. So you have to put your function block inside of a program in order to get it to work, and all the details you need to know about how the function works will be found here when you expand the function definition.